We have made it to a very nice RV resort in Jacksonville, Florida. And wait a minute, hold on a second. We are at Pecan Park RV Resort in Jacksonville, Florida. This is our first time staying here, so let's take a look. Pecan Park is located off Interstate 95, so it is very easy to get to. It is also located near shopping areas such as Walmart, and it is very close to the airport. As you enter the RV resort, make sure you park to the right. As you see the arrows there that are on the surface there, just make sure you park to the right. One thing I didn't like about this entrance is there's no security there. There's no gate, no code to get in or anything like that. So we are told that things come up missing from time to time. So that's one thing I wish that they would correct. They have a pool, as you see there in front of you, and next to the pool is a clubhouse. And in the clubhouse, they have laundry, and they also have a fitness center. And also, I failed to mention that this is a Sun Outdoors resort. In front of you, as you can see there, there's a pond. They do have catch and release. They also have tiny homes on site, and a couple of tiny homes that we saw were for sale. Now, the site that we had was a standard site, meaning you had a concrete slab and a picnic table. You can get upgrades on your site, and as you're gonna see here in a second, one of the upgrades is a concrete slab site, picnic table, and a fire pit. And they also have, as part of the upgrade package, they have sites with a canopy that is over the picnic table. Now, one thing that I was concerned about when we arrived was our ability to level. And I don't know if you can notice here, but there's an incline and it levels at the top, and then it goes down a little bit on the concrete slab. But we had no problem trying to level our RV. In front of you, they've got propane on site if needed. Now, this area that we just went through is the main area. Now we're getting ready to enter into a different section of the park. This section of the park looks a little bit newer than the area that we just left. All the spaces in this area are back-end spaces. Also in this area, in front of you there to your right, you see blue chairs there and a fire pit. This is a little community area where you can sit down in the evening or any time of the day and just chit chat. And you have restrooms there to your left, And in this entire area, you have basketball courts, you have 2 pickleball courts, a tennis court, a place where you can play horseshoes, and a place where you can sit with the artificial turf there. And they also have a place where you can play cornhole, and that's the area right there in front of you. Now we're getting ready to leave this area and travel into a third area of the park. One thing you need to know, especially if you are walking, to get from the first area to the third area, it is approximately a mile. Another thing is at night, there's not enough light in that area. It's very dark, very dark. And in this area is where you can hear the traffic noise from Interstate 95. But in this area, they have a clubhouse with laundry also. Again, that's where they had a bingo night during our stay, and that's where they had it at. They also have a pool in this area, a playground for kids, and they have a couple of tiny homes. Now, the majority of these spaces in this third section are back-end sites. They have a few pull-throughs, but the majority of them are back-end. All right, we have decided to go next door to, they've got a flea market next door. And it's actually in walking distance, but we're going to drive over there because one of the things
it's hot.
Well, yeah.
It's hot.
It's hot, and we're going to get a watermelon. And we can't be walking down the road carrying a watermelon.
And we left our wagon because Mr. Delane said it weighed too much.
Yeah, so we got a rolling wagon that we normally carry that we decided to leave at home, but looks like we're gonna be putting it back in the RV. So
yeah, it is hot out here. As you can see, the car is showing 107 degrees. So even if we did have the wagon, we shouldn't be walking. All right, let's get over here.
All right, we made it. Again, we could have walked over here, but it's too hot. And
look how you sweating, and we just got out of the car.
The RV park is right there, and we were right here. Like Susan said, I just got out the car, and I'm sweating. But let's go in here and see what they got.
We
right, mission accomplished. Got our watermelon.
We stuck with our purchase price. I didn't go crazy. Said we was gonna get watermelon. That's all we got.
Plus, I didn't see anything that caught my eye. Plus, we don't really need anything.
Whatever world he is trying to emulate, to bring him along the way and legitimize whatever it is he's attempting. And that's
all right, so Susan was sitting out here chilling.
As usual.
But as she was sitting out here, her eagle eyes spotted an issue. I don't know if you can see there on the awning. The screw at the top of the awning has come out. So the top two screws are loose. So I've got to get up there and see what I can do to resolve that issue.
So even in the RV, you have a honey-do list.
Yeah, always. You always got a honey-do list. So let me, I'm gonna grab my ladder and go up there and take a look at that screw, see if I can tighten it back in, or maybe I need a larger screw or something. So let me go up there and investigate. Being part of an online group for your particular RV is a great way of finding solutions for any problems that you may have. Now in my group, there are 3 things that stood out as far as solutions were concerned. One was stuff the hole with toothpicks, put wood glue in the hole, and just screw the screw back in. I did not like that solution. Number 2 was get a larger screw and just screw the larger screw back in. Okay. Number 3, get some 5200 marine adhesive, put some of that in the hole, put it around the screw, the larger screw, screw it back in, let it cure for 7 days, and you should be good to go. I think I'm gonna try that. Get a larger screw and use 5200 adhesive. I'll let you know how that worked out. All right, so what I've decided to do is go ahead and let the awning in. We're expecting some rain to come through and probably high winds. So what I think has happened over time is the awning has been out, and this is supposed to be one of those awnings that if the wind is very high, it automatically retracts. But I am thinking that over time, when the wind has been high, it has slowly, jerked on the awning and and jarred the screws loose. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove my my sunshade here and go ahead and let the awning in. right, so we wanted to go see where
How far we are from the airport. We just going to be nosy.
all this noise is making, so we want to see.
And it looked like they landing right on the other side of these trees, so we just going to see.
Yeah, so we want to see the culprit of all the noise, all the noise that we've been having since our stay. So let's take a ride over there and see what's going on.
And what I don't understand, all the videos we looked at, nobody really commented about all the, oh, is that a turtle? Oh no, that's a duck. Nobody really commented on how bad these airplanes are. And the people who stay here, they say after a while it don't really bother them, but let me put my seatbelt on. Nobody say that. They talk trash about us not having our life jackets on, and we had them. We just forgot to put them on. But yeah, nobody really. They comment about how nice this RV park is, but they don't really comment about the airplane, and they comment about the highway. How noisy the highway can be, because we right next to I-95. But I think, you know, people should say more about this airport when they do these videos. Again, this is a nice RV park, and they're building homes over here, new neighborhoods and stuff. So just like RV park is next to the airport, they gonna have homes next to the airport. See, that's a whole new neighborhood over there. They're building homes and stuff. But yeah, it look like that airport is landing right there. But we're gonna see just how far it is. Okay? Well, okay, say International Airport. Right now we just, what, about a half a mile? No, this is about a mile, because I tried to walk this morning and I didn't get this far. International Airport, so as soon as you turn out, make that right, then another right. I'll turn y'all back on when we get to the airport.
Just you and me.